Howdy, everybody. I'm here with Jenny, who got 19th at the Rosemont Regional. Jenny, what were you running?
K9 Crystron.
All right, let's see the list.
Honestly, it's super basic for the most part. Cluster, Collusion, Tristaros, Scrap, Smiger, 2 Self-Efnir, 3 Sulfador.
Those ratios are all pretty standard.
Super standard. Some people are playing 1 Self-Efnir. Sometimes having the 5th name comes up. Something I'll have to test more is with the 4 level 5s instead of 5 level 5s there from the Crystron engine. But realistically, just kind of whatever. Just consistency works out. I was playing 2 case. Tried to play the extra case for consistency. I liked it. I like seeing case, but in my opinion, the better starter pretty much every time is the chaotic elements. Because searching for anything is good, but chaotic elements, 99% of the time you're searching for Jokul.
Which is an aqua or a pyro.
Correct. But this has all the extra fun bonus effects. I won 1 game against Draco Tail because I used the, you'll see the Princess effect, Quinquery, to summon monsters to my opponent's side of the field. Then I stole my opponent's Arthelion, crashed into Dragoons, and then made my full combo board. So chaotic elements is really underestimated, even when Mitsu goes, or if it's not played as much with Rizal. This card is still gonna be good.
I still can't believe they made it a common.
It is what it is. Lantern, Lupus, 2 Zuna. I was afraid of running into a ton of Yummy because it's a pretty popular deck this format. Honestly, it should be at 3 just because it's so good into the other 2 matchups. I'll be fixing that in a future deck list. 3 Jokul, all pretty much standard. For the non-engine, 2 Nib, 2 Ogre, 3 Imperm, 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, 3 Fua. I was definitely afraid of people being bad and just turboing into Dice Smasher. If you're like VS or like honestly in Crystron, you just turbo into it anyways. But I did not want to lose to those cards, so I played as many out to as possible. Do you notice no droplet? Like I want to hand trap my opponent to death. For the most part, it worked really well. Ogre was okay. It came up in okay ways. Like Ogre, a Draco Tail player, so they lost basically 1 set off of like whether Draco Tail monsters or something weird forced them to have the answer in their hand, so they have less resources. It was okay. I like it for the VS matchup for popping the field spell so they don't get trap, but again, mid. Nib, not as impactful as I really wanted to. Imperm, Ash, Fua, Veiler, all generally pretty good. Veiler was better than I anticipated.
So counting Izuna, that's 18 hand traps main deck?
I believe so. It was this 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 16, 19. Or, well, 18 with the 2 Izuna. So 18. Honestly, the non-engine ratio could be changed around a little bit. I say you typically keep Ashes because stopping the multi armies going first is so important. Fu is crazy. You could probably keep the Imperm, but I'd say the other 7 cards, the Veilers, Ogres, Nibs, all can be changed up along with the ratios of Case and Izuna. Somewhere in there you can fit different non-engine, kind of tailored to your local format. I definitely will be changing that for the Lansing Regional. We'll look at the extra deck. I'd say extra deck is particularly standard. I guess I should say, I did not play Drill Main. I played against a lot of Yummy players at locals, and having that in your hand game 1 just really loses you the game. I kind of hated it. So I chose not to play at all. Actually, you'll see later on my side, but that's a then problem. Let's look at my extra deck. Velon, Ripper, Smasher, Princess, then you get Zeus, so typical level 5s, right? And then Zeus is a machine. It comes up in really crazy ways. We're looking at River Stormer, your Vimana, the Infinity Package, your 2 Synchros that everyone plays, Dragster, Elaskeltis, your 2 Links that everyone plays, SP, Clockwork. Then what I would say there are your 2 replaceable cards, the Hound and the Zenmayo. The Zenmayo is played just because with all the hand traps, if my opponent you know, if I made and set 2 back row on my turn, I'd be able to easily pop them. But a lot of times, either with interruption or just the way the game played out, a lot of times there was only 1 back row, or the back row is kind of inconsequential compared to what I was able to make my board. So Zinmao never played, never came up. I'd replace it.
What about the Hound?
Came up like once or twice. It's okay, but basically, because it's indestructible, if you have Lupus, it's untargetable. It's really hard to out, particularly into like the VS matchup. It can cause a lot of trouble with the opponent. You attack, you go into Zeus, and you can get a ton of value from that. It doesn't come up often, but when it comes up, it can be game winning. So replacement for this could be your, the force release target. If you play force release, it could be whatever you really want to make it out to be. It could be the artifact cards in case you want to hand loop. Again, whatever you feel is better for these 2 slots. It could even be Nash Knight package.
Did you miss the Nash Knight package at any point or no?
I did not. I think if you play the Nash Knight package, it's a lot better when you play multiple targets.
Mm-hmm.
But again, hasn't really come up that much. Let's move on to my side deck. 2 Prulia for VS matchup. Again, kind of okay. Nib, I definitely replace it. It was mediocre. 2 Bell for Dracotel and Yummy. The 3rd Izuna.
For not Yummy?
Exactly, for not Yummy. Or for going first into Yummy. Just because a lot of times I was playing against the hand trap package. And you kind of want to have a Zuna there as additional follow-up, interaction, engine piece. Zuna is best as an engine piece rather than as a hand trap. Just because it's so interruptible. I feel like it's almost half of a hand trap because Ogre, Ash, Bell, you name it, a lot of these cards that people are playing in their deck, right? Which can interact with this, which means it doesn't actually stop their plays. It's as if they had called by on it.
Mm-hmm.
Which really sucks. Then, speaking of called by.
Called by.
Case, consistency, and more consistency in a small foolish package and Blackout. I really underestimated this package. It overperformed. I should be playing the 3rd foolish here, at least in place of the Nib, if not something else.
Mm-hmm.
Blackout was very good. Clockwork Knight did its job. And then 3 Contact C, because I don't like Yummy. Haven't drawn it anytime I put it in, unfortunately. So that's kind of up in the air and how good it is. But I will say one of the reasons why I want to go to 3 Izuna at main is just because when it came up, it was impactful. I've had to summon it like 3 times in a turn before, which is kind of fun. Lantern, normal summon, special summon itself by its own effect. And you've got like Jokul, so like really interesting how often this card came up, even unexpectedly, just because you can search it so well. And I think that's about it. Again, I was a little bit over-prepared for how often I get hit by Dice Smasher. I didn't get hit by it a single time, which I guess is deck success, but I'll probably change up my ratios for Lancing because of how often I was hit by it, which was none. Oh, I guess I should bring up and say Dice Smasher is definitely broken. Ban that card. People underestimate it. Big thing about this deck is they see you trying to make Dice Smasher, and they just throw every card in the book at you, trying to get you to stop doing that. You're like, no. But the thing is, if they stop you from being Dice Smasher, you have, like, the rest of your Crystron engine, they'll have to put multiple cards just stopping this.
Mm-hmm.
And just the rest of your cards overwhelm them. Because you've still got your Infinity, you have either a Draxter or another rank 5 up, and you've got Cluster. Plus, there's the number of interactions outdo their cards at that point, with how often they'd have to stop you from making this.
Mm-hmm.
See, I've made it going second once. It was really kind of funny. Just because you stop their interaction, and then what can they do? The rest of their hand does not matter, and you guarantee to win the next turn. It really simplifies the game state. My last match, I gave my opponent 20 cards. Like
Like draws off Ua and Perulia?
Correct. I got double fluid. I'm just like, I don't care. I make Dice Smasher. If you can't stop me by the time I make Dice Smasher, you lose the game. Because the amount of times you can play by the time the turn rolls back around, it does not matter compared to the number of negates and interruptions I can put up to just OTK. Beyond this card.
All right. Do you have any shout outs?
Shout out to everyone at Team Evo. Shout out to Matt for helping me practice the Draco Tail matchup, which I faced 4 of at the regional. Shout out to cameraman Grant. Helped the Yummy matchup. Good practice. He gave me a real confidence boost right before the regional.
Oh my god. We were playing in my living room and she beat me like 5 times in a row.
Truly inspiration right here.
And that's why you went 7-2 and I went 6-3.
It is true. But shout out to everyone else at Team Evo. Always really great practice partners and good advice. So.
All right. Thank you very much.